If I want to have the graphics on my web page, then I'm going to use the canvas tag. How many times I want to rotate the object, in which direction, either clockwise or anti-clockwise I want to rotate the object. So what is canvas? Canvas is nothing but the rectangle area on the web page. It does not have any border and content. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session on HTML5. I'm your Revati ma'am, faculty from the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. So dear student, in my last session, I started with linear gradient and radial gradient. So what is gradient here? Gradient is nothing but the transposition of two or more colors is known as gradient. Okay, fine. Then what about linear and radial? These are the two types of gradient. If I consider linear, straight line color transmission. Okay, and what about radial? First, we have to find the radius of a circle or element, okay, and we are going to perform the color transition, okay. There's nothing but the color transition between two or more colors. That's nothing but the radial gradient. Okay, fine. But in my today's session, I'm going to deal with two more important topics, that is canvas state, canvas translation, as well as canvas rotation. So these are some of the properties of canvas. So what is canvas? Canvas is nothing but the rectangle area on the web page, okay. And HTML5 provides canvas tag to define the graphics. If I want to have the graphics on my web page, then I'm going to use the canvas tag. Okay, fine. Let's discuss the states of the canvas. If I consider canvas, I have two important states. So which are the two important states? That is nothing but the save and restore. So what are the two states of canvas? That is save and restore. Save in the sense what? Save the current state of the canvas in the stack. Then what about restore? That is nothing but the pop the last state of the canvas from the stack. Okay, fine. So HTML5 supports two most important states, that is save and restore. Okay, these states are basically a snapshot of all the style and transformations, okay, that are applied for, okay, what are the things? That is translate, rotate and scale. So I can have the transformations like translate, okay, rotate the image and scale the image. And I can have the current clipping region, okay. Fine. Now, if I consider, okay, scale, I can have the attributes like, okay, what are the attributes? Stroke style, then fill style, global alpha, inline width, okay, line clip, shadow offset X, shadow offset Y, shadow blur. So these are the properties, okay, these are the certain properties. Okay, fine. Now if I consider canvas state, I can have a store state, okay, I can have the save and restore. So the canvas states are stored. Where I'm going to store? I'm going to store the state on the canvas on the stack. So if I consider stack, where we studied stack in our data structure, we have the concept called stack. So I have a top end. What is the job of the top end? Okay, I'm going to push the element to the stack through the top end. At the same time, I'm going to pop the element, okay, at the top end. So only one pointer I'm using to push and pop the element. Okay, when I want to save the state of the canvas, where I'm going to store the canvas state on the stack. Okay, fine. So canvas states are stored on the stack every time when I save the method. Okay, the last saved state. Okay, what are the last saved state I'm going to have? Okay, that is returned from the stack every time when I call the restore. So what is restore? The lastly saved canvas state is returned when I call the method restore method. Okay, fine. So save is a method, okay, used to push in the sense what? I'm going to store the current state of the canvas through the save method. So push the current state on the stack. Then what about restore method? Restore method is nothing but the pop. Okay, pop the top state. Okay, the last inserted state. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm going to pop the top state on the stack, restoring the context to that state. Save is nothing but the pushing the current state of the canvas, okay, to the stack. What about pop? Pop in the sense what? Restore. Okay, I'm going to write the script. So I'll start with the script tag. What kind of script? Either text or JavaScript. Okay, I have a method called draw shape, and how I'm going to get the canvas ID, that is through the get element by ID. Okay, I have a fill rect method. Okay, I'm going to specify the x, y coordinate, x1 coordinate and y1 coordinate, and I'm going to call the method save. So the current state of the canvas is pushed, okay, pushed to the stack. Then I have a fill style, okay, attribute. Then I'm going to pass the hexadecimal color code. Fill rect is a method, okay, and once again I'm going to call a save method. See, I'm going to fill the style once again. Okay, I'm going to set the global alpha value by the value 0.5. Then I'm going to call the rect method. Okay, and I'm going to call the method restore. So this is the way I can able to have the states of the canvas. What are the two states? That is save and restore. Save in the sense what? Saving the current state of the canvas on the stack. Then what about restore? Okay, retrieving the lastly, okay, that is at the top of the stack, whatever the state I'm going to have, I'm going to retrieve or pop. Okay, fine. Then I have one more important concept, that is called translation. Okay, that is nothing but the canvas translation. See here, okay, this is my screen. I have the x coordinate, okay, and I have the y coordinate. Suppose if I want to move the object or element from x coordinate to y coordinate or towards top to down is known as translation. So it's a method. Translation is what? It's a method used to move the canvas. So what is canvas? It's a rectangle area on the web page. Okay, this is my canvas. If I want to move the canvas, then I'll use the translation. So used to move the canvas and its origin to a different point in the grid. So this is my origin. Okay, if I want to move towards x coordinate or to move towards bottom, okay, then I'll go with the translation. So HTML5 Canvas provides a method called translate. So what is the method name here? Translate. How many parameters it is going to receive? 2 parameters, x coordinate and y coordinate. Okay, fine. X coordinate is the amount of the canvas is moved from x coordinate, that is left to right. When I want to move the canvas from its original position, that is left to right, then I'll use the x. Then what about y? Y indicates that move the canvas coordinate, that is from up to down. Okay, x is nothing but left to right. What about y? Y is nothing but top to bottom. Okay, fine. Now I have the small example. Okay, what is my method name? Method name is nothing but the draw shape. How I'm going to get the canvas ID? That is through the get element by ID. I have a method called fill rect. At the same time, I'm going to perform the translation. Okay, I'm going to perform the translation. Okay, fine. Now, what is my canvas ID? My canvas is nothing but the canvas ID. Okay, fine. Now I have very important concept, that is nothing but the canvas rotation. How many times I want to rotate the object? In which direction? Either clockwise or anti-clockwise I want to rotate the object. Okay, so this method is used to rotate the canvas. So what is canvas? It's a rectangle area on the web page. Okay, if I want to rotate the rectangle area through towards anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction, I'm going to define in my rotation. So HTML5 canvas provides rotation. Okay, so what is my method name? Rotate. Rotate is my method name. What is the parameter? That's nothing but the angle. Okay, I'm going to specify the angle, 90 degree or 120 degree, 160 degree, okay, or 360 degree I'm going to specify. So this is the method used to rotate the canvas around the current origin. This method takes only one parameter. What is the parameter? Angle. Okay, the canvas is rotated and this is clockwise. Okay, how I'm going to rotate the canvas? That is in the clockwise direction. Now I have this simple program. Okay, canvas. What's my canvas ID? My canvas is nothing but the canvas ID. And what is the height and width of the canvas? Width is 600 and height is 300. Over. Then I'm going to write the script. How I get my canvas ID? That is through the get element by ID. Okay, fine. I'm going to specify the path, that is begin path. Okay, see here. I have the object. I want to rotate the object, okay, in the clockwise direction. See here, arc, x coordinate, y coordinate, x1, y1. Okay, I'm going to specify the radius. Okay, so stroke, I'm going to set the interval. Okay, this is the way I can able to apply the rotation. See, I'm going to call the function. See, I'm going to create the function. It is Annie. Oh, once again, okay, I'm going to write the rotation. I'm going to call the arc, okay, arc method, and I'm going to call a stroke method. This is the way, okay, I can able to create the rotation. So rotation in the sense what? Rotating the canvas in the clockwise direction. Okay, fine. Now I have one more important concept called scaling. So what is scaling? Increase the size or decrease the size. So what I want to do, either I want to increase the size of the canvas, or according to the requirement, I want to decrease the size of the canvas. So HTML5 canvas provides a scale, that is X and Y. In HTML5, I have a method called scale, and it is going to take two parameters X and Y. Okay, which is used to increase the canvas or decrease the canvas. That is nothing but the scale up and scale down the canvas. Okay, or enlarge the shapes and bitmaps. So this method takes two parameters. Okay, so X and Y are the scaling factors. If I consider X, okay, so it's a scaling factor. Okay, I'm going to increase or decrease the size towards horizontal direction. And if I consider Y, it is vertical direction. So X stands for horizontal and here Y stands for vertical direction. Okay, fine. If I specify the scaling value less than the 1.0, then it reduces the size. In the sense what? Decrease the size. Okay, if the parameter value is less than 1, then what it indicates? That reducing the size. Okay, reduce the unit. If the parameter value is more than 1, then it indicates that increase the size. So value smaller than 1 reduces the unit size, and the value larger than 1 increases the unit size. Now dear student, I have a small program. See here, I have a canvas ID called my canvas. What is the height of the canvas? That is 150, width is 300. Okay, fine. Now, how I'm going to receive the canvas ID? That is through the get element by ID. Okay, fine. Now, okay, I have a stroke rect. It takes the 4 parameters and I'm going to call the method scale. Okay, so 2, 2. What it indicates? That I want to scale up the object. So in the sense what? I want to increase the size of the canvas. Okay, so this is the way I can able to scale the canvas. Scale in the sense what? Increasing or decreasing the size of the canvas. Anyway, dear student, in this unit, we started with HTML5. Along with that, we have discussed canvas. So what is canvas? Canvas is nothing but the rectangle area on the web page. It does not have any border and content. Along with that, we have discussed some of the properties like image, gradients, okay, text, font, transforms, scaling, rotation, all those things. Anyway, dear student, from the examination point of view, rotation, scaling and transforms are the very, very important concept. Anyway, dear student, we started with unit 1, we completed unit 2 and we reached end of the unit 3. So dear student, we started with the unit 1 and we reached unit 3. Now I have my last topic under unit 3. Here is canvas transform. Okay, so these methods allow modification directly to the transformation matrix. Okay, if I consider any transformation of object or any transformation of canvas, I must have the transformation matrix. Okay, to modify the transformation, okay, in my canvas, I have a method called transform. So what is my method name? Method name is nothing but the transform. Okay, it is taking the parameter m1, m2, okay, that is m21, m22, dl, that is dx and dy. This method changes the transformation matrix into the matrix given by the arguments. See here, see, this is my transformation matrix. Suppose if I want to set the transformation, I have a method called set transform, and I can able to set the transform matrix value. So that transform m11, m22. So what is 11? That's nothing but the index. Okay. So it is row. Okay. And it represents column. Okay. It is row and it is column. Over. So the transform matrix, that is m11, m2, 1, 2, okay, m22, dx, dy method must multiply the current transform matrix that is prescribed by the transform matrix. So I have the transform matrix initially, that is m11, m12, m21, m22, mdx and mdy. Okay, fine. The set transform, okay, I'm going to set the matrix. Method must reset the current transform to the identity. Suppose if I want to set the matrix, then I'm going to have the method called set transform. Okay, fine. If I consider, okay, this example, I have my canvas ID, my canvas. What is the height of the canvas? 300. What's the width of the canvas? 300. Height is nothing but the 150. Okay, I'm going to write the script how I get my canvas ID. That is through the get element by ID. What kind of style I'm going to fill? That is yellow. Okay, I have a rectangle area. Okay, and I want to perform the transformation of the canvas. Okay, so I'm going to call the method transform and I'm going to set the value, that is D11, D12, D21, D22, dx and dy. So how many parameters I want to pass? There are 6 parameters I'm going to pass. Okay, fine. See here, once again, I'm going to change the color. So initially, what's the color? Yellow. Now I'm going to reset the color. Okay, that is red. At the same time, I'm going to fill the rectangle. Okay, once again, I'm going to perform the transformation. Okay, and I'm going to fill the color. That is which color? Blue color. Okay, fine. This is the way I can able to apply the transformation on canvas. Anyway, dear student, in my today's class, I started with the status of the canvas, which are the 2 states, save and store. Then we have discussed canvas transformation, canvas scaling, canvas rotation and so on. Anyway, dear student, thank you for watching my session and thank you for encouraging me, and let's meet in some other subject. Until that, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.